Did anybody know about that movie today? Did they understand the importance?
Ernest mentioned it. I was like,
Ernest
all right,
knew
cool.
what's up? Well, of course, because it's Ernest.
Right, right.
Nobody else understands the significance. I used to watch that movie every single day.
Yeah, it's great.
As a child, I had it on VHS.
Yeah.
Now I just watch the YouTube clips.
Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite moment was when he's like, what's Bubbles wearing? Like a Prince t-shirt and Jack like a Prince t-shirt.
Yeah, right. And then they made a video game out of it. It's crazy. The video game, you like fight dance people.
The video
it's
game
great.
I'm not familiar with.
It's
My
cool.
boy Justin Simeon probably is.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's dope. Can I take a picture of your shirt?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna send it to my people. This is fucking dope. You win.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You win, dude.
The movie's great.
Thank you.
A lot of fun. You're fantastic in it.
Awesome. Thank you.
So your character has like kind of two aspects. Did you approach that in two different ways, or did you kind of make a variation of one character?
I definitely approached it differently, and I was really grateful to have Steven's help in terms of like helping to figure out who H was, and I had wonderful acting coaches on set because my body language had to be really different for H. And one, because I'm 6 foot tall, I'm half man, half machine, which Helen is not any of those things. So they were really helpful in terms of how I moved. You know, the fact that my torso was mechanical, I had to be mindful of that when I would turn around. I had to be mindful of I had really big arms, which I do not. So I have to be mindful of that because the animators only have my movements to go from, as well as my facial expressions. So I got to be mindful of making sure those are big and enough so that they can capture it. Sure. And also in terms of the way I'm moving my body is that I'm a little bit bigger than I am and taller than I am. So between Steven and the acting coaches, it was really helpful that if I ever forgot or ever kind of slipped into my sort of stance, it would remind me, hey, nope, stand up, you're taller, your arms are bigger. But then when I became Iron Giant,
wait, what?
Oh yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm Iron Giant as well. All those movements are
incredible.
Me moving around.
Whoa.
So the thing they have to remind me of with that is that I have to move a lot slower. My whole body is one big machine. So my movements are even more mechanical. And when I fall down or when I become a bridge or do the thumbs up, all those things have to just be done at a much slower pace. Sure. So they really got on me a lot when I was the Iron Giant. And then I get to use the goggles a little bit too, so I could get a sense of like how big I was. And it was like really huge and really mind-boggling to get a sense of that. So I really had to be mindful of my body language when I was an Iron Giant versus H versus being Helen in the real world.
Oh man, that's incredible.
It's crazy.
In the film, your character's not really familiar with one of the challenges, right? Were there any pop culture references that kind of went over your head that you missed?
Before that scene, particularly for me, there are things that I'm acting out and all this kind of stuff, and so I had to just have a real frame of reference for it. So I'm really grateful that Steven was like, look at this scene, watch this thing, be mindful of that. So that way when because none of that stuff is around me, so they're throwing me around, wheeling me around, pushing me, I have to pretend. Like Steven's doing a really great job of telling me, okay, this is what's happening now, okay, this is happening. So it was really helpful to have a frame of reference for what he was saying. And now that I've seen the movie twice, it just plays beautifully and it's so fun, it's hilarious. But I needed a lot of help, you know, with Steven and the crew.
Were there any like pop culture references that kind of like popped out at you that kind of like made you like lose it? I mean, there was countless times in the film.
I know there's a lot. I mean, the one that I really love is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, just because my dad took me and my sister to go see the original one when it first came out. And look, it's funny because if you look back at those movies now, people may not appreciate them, but we thought those movies were like the bee's knees, man. Like we love those movies, and so it was just nice to see that because it was a real piece of my childhood that I'll never forget.
Yeah, cool. Well, that's my time. Thanks so much.
Thank you, man. So good to meet you.